Alright, you guys. I'm trying to make sure this stays. Why is this? This is one thing. This is what happens with the Walmart. I hope it's not falling forward. It is falling forward. Oh my goodness. Thingy, you gotta sit. You guys. Let me hold this right here. Go on Instagram first and do this 25 of 30 days relationship goals. How are you guys doing today? It's Sunday, you all. It's Sunday and I'm happy to be here today. I didn't go live this morning because I had a few things happening. Like I was just busy and I didn't wake up early and I had my morning routine that I had to do. So with my morning routine, it's my processes, y'all. What I do first thing in the morning when I wake up, which includes like, I hope this doesn't fall forward. It is falling again. That's one thing about this cheap Walmart tripod, y'all. Sometimes it just messes up. Like the ball that helps in the socket, it loses its grip. So this stuff starts falling forward. It's ridiculous, but I hope it stays this time. Please stay. It looks like it's gonna stay. I want to say good morning. Good evening. It's 6:34 p.m. Good evening, wonderful, amazing, sweet, and lovely people. How you all doing today? Hope you all have an amazing day today. Hope you're not too much to your joy. Welcome to Maryam Shumate. Today is a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys are so amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm super excited to be here today. Today is a beautiful day. Thank you for joining. Hello, my beautiful sister. Simply Natural Black Life. Thank you for joining. Hello, Instagram. Thank you. Today is day 25, y'all. We have five more days on this. On Friday, actually on Thursday is when we finish up. Hello, sweet sister. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Maryam's Joyful Life. You guys, I'm super excited to be here. Today is day 25. After today, we'll have 4 more days to go, which means that we're ending our live broadcast on relationship goals, which, by the way, the focus has been on us. You know what I mean? It's not on somebody else. Y'all, I'm telling you, the fastest way to have a frustrating life is to be expecting you from someone else. Oh, I'm waiting for that person who's coming to treat me right, take me out, buy these nice things for me. Yo, do you know you can buy nice things for yourself, treat you right, and go to those places you want to go to? So how would your life be different if you're actually doing all those things by yourself? Like your expectations is not like somebody does it for you, but actually you're doing it for you. And then when that person comes along who you vibe with, who likes you, and who your energy just align together, they want to do the same thing that you already do. It makes it even fun. That way you get to share experiences that you've had with that person, take them to the places you've been that you really enjoy, and explore new places together. So relationship goals, y'all, the past 25 days that we've been here, we've actually been covering personal development. Because y'all, every time that I have placed my own expectations on others, like expecting them to be what I want them to be, to treat me a certain way, y'all, I've been disappointed. I don't know about you, but I've been disappointed. Because I was, you know what I mean? Like, just like most of us, I was conditioned to believe that I have to act in such a way so I can get something out of people. You know what I mean? So when you treat somebody nice, they should treat you nice. That is baloney. The fact that you treat somebody nice doesn't mean they're going to treat you nice. No. But one thing though that I've experienced that I'm actually learning to be intentional about is treating me nice and watching my vibration. Because if I treat me right, if I respect myself, if I take myself out and I treat myself like the queen that I am, you know what? Anybody who comes into my life has no choice but to follow that standard. So our lives always move according to the standard that we allow. Before I didn't have any standard. I would just allow any Tom, Dick, and Harry to come into my space and move like they want to move. And I would care, of course, like be kind and do nice things for them. But they never respected me. I was always treated like I was like this non-entity, or maybe they might start off trying to respect me, but because they would see this giving nature that I had, like I didn't really have these boundaries. Your boundaries are everything. Boundaries are everything. I didn't have boundaries. I gave certain people access. unnecessary, you know what I mean, access they didn't deserve into my life, into my space. So when they come in and they see how you treat them, and because you're not that person who like draws the line and you're watchful of people's attitude towards you because you don't treat yourself a certain way. So if you see them trying to treat you that way, then you put a stop to it. You know what I mean? You confront that situation. You just deal with it at that time. You don't post it. In the past, I never used to do that. I would just like overlook and be nice, and it's like I wasn't expecting anything in return, and then I was used. And guess what happens in those instances? You get so like burnt out, and resentment can set in. You get so burnt out, baby. Like it's like, oh my gosh. You want to be respected, you want to be treated right, you want to be seen, but you're not being seen because they feel like you don't deserve no respect. Because they can just treat you anyhow they want, get whatever they want from you, and that's it. But the moment I started placing boundaries on me and how I treat me, and certain things I will not allow, I started treating myself better and saying no to things that didn't serve me, no to things that were not like making me feel like I want to feel respected, loved, seen, heard. And I started focusing on hearing myself, respecting myself, and staying away from things and people who don't serve me, who don't bring me joy, you know what I mean? And started seeing me as somebody who deserves to be treated nice, who deserves respect, and started taking care of me. You know what happened? I started attracting people who want to treat me that way. It's like that energy that I'm putting into myself is being reflected back at me. So people who would naturally be disrespectful wouldn't disrespect me. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't disrespect me because there is a boundary. And then people who don't vibe with my energy, you know what I mean, who don't vibe at that level, they stay away. Because you set the standard for how you're treated and for the life that you live. Before I didn't really think about the importance of standards. Because when I was growing up, y'all, I'm telling you, I didn't feel like I was anything pretty much. I felt like I was being like I was being picked on. I felt like the things I did were not like they were not going to be taken seriously. You know what I mean? So the only way that I would get the attention, like others got, was I had to go out of my way to help everybody else out, to do everybody else's chores. You know what I mean? To try to be overly nice, that people pleasing mentality, so you can be seen and heard. But I realized soon enough that, boy, no. If you keep trying hard and doing everybody's chores and being that people-pleasing mentality, you will never be happy. That's a form of manipulation. So you're trying to do in order to get. But the moment I start focusing on me and saying no to things that don't serve me, and being more intentional about myself and present with me, and saying, you know what, whether people like me or not, I like me. And I want to treat people nice, but not when it breaks my heart to do so. When it's like me trying to do it because I want to get. I want my natural state of being to be like respect and love, because I'm showing myself that respect and love. And I quit like running myself down trying to please people. Like, you know what I mean? Like just exerting yourself, going out of your way, you using up your own energy, trying to make people happy who will never be happy. Trying to meet up to other people's expectations, whose expectations can never be met. You know what I mean? It's like this bottomless pit, y'all, that you can never fill up. And there was this beautiful proverb that Master Cole told us about this proverb that every time I think about it, this proverb actually brings me into perspective. It helps me know, number one, I am not responsible for anybody's happiness but mine. I am not responsible for your happiness. Nobody's responsible for your happiness but you. People may have hurt you. You may have gone through some breaking and some frustrating situations, but baby, let me tell you something. The breaking may not be your fault, but the healing is your responsibility. So we're going to take our power back by refusing to blame people, by refusing to take responsibility. So we are going to take responsibilities. We're going to say, you know what? It happened. I might have a role in it. You know, I might have played a role in it, but it doesn't matter. Right now, things are changing because I ain't going to let this happen again. I'm going to treat me better. If there is any change that ought to take place, that change has to start with me. So I'm not going to focus on other people changing. No, what they do and not do is none of my business. What I do is my business and my responsibility. And I've got the power to change what I don't want, to shift my life any moment. I have the power of choice, y'all. Even at church today, Pastor Kim just reminded us. She said we always have the power. We should quit thinking that circumstances and situations have the power over our lives and other people have the power. No, God has given us the power to shift our lives any moment. And it starts with our decisions. We can make a decision this very moment that whatever people do or not do is not going to affect us anymore. We're just going to focus on getting better and being the best version of ourselves and treating ourselves better. And whatever it is that God has placed in our hearts and in our hands, we're going to give our best attention to. We're going to do to the best of our ability. We're not going to be expecting people to do this thing and do whatever. If they don't show up, we are going to show up for us because we see us. So let me go back to this proverb. This proverb, when I first heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, like it was like an aha moment for me. It just like poof. You know, one of those moments you have where you be like, you've been contemplating certain things and you've had ideas, but then there was this beautiful idea that popped up. It's like different from all the ideas that you've known and been exposed to, but you just knew there was something about it that stood out because the truth resonates with the essence of who we are. There's only one truth. And it resonates with the essence of who we are. If there is something that is said that kind of like aligns with the truth, the essence of who we are, you know what happens? We get a light bulb moment. So anyways, one day I was listening to my teacher, Master Cole, from Pranic Healing, Master Trago Quick Tree's student. So he's one of my teachers. I was listening to him and he said, there was this king, right? This king of this land, like this king, oh my God. This king got so much money, and the king was so tired of seeing people poor in his kingdom. So he wanted to transform the lives of every person, every poor person in his kingdom. He wanted to change everybody's life because he didn't want beggars, like there were beggars in front of his palace. So the king made up his mind. Actually, two of my teachers gave two different versions of the same story. One was Dr. Bhaskaran Pillai. Dr. Bhaskaran Pillai. I was listening to him, he said that. But then Pastor Cole said it again. This guy said, you know what, not my kingdom. Everybody has to be rich in my kingdom. So he decided he was going to do something about it. Do you know what this king did? This king found a beggar, right? That was sitting in front of his house. The kingdom, the palace, in front of the palace, day in, day out. So this king went to the beggar, right? The beggar had this plate in front of him. You know how beggars would put like a plate, for people to drop like alms and stuff in. Anyways, this beggar had this plate he was collecting alms in. So this king put like the biggest gold that could fit in that. And like that gold alone would transform the beggar's life. When he put it in there, he thought that was going to change everything for the beggar. He came back, the gold was no longer there, and the beggar was still there. He went into his palace, he brought out like piles of money. He poured in this little bowl. Baby, as soon as he poured it, like that bowl, it's like the fortune he poured into that bowl disappeared and the bowl was empty. This king almost ran bankrupt trying to help this beggar out. Like only 1 ounce of the help he'd given to this beggar could have changed the beggar's life. But then guess what? An angel appeared to the king and said, you cannot help anybody out of poverty who does not want to help themselves. It's all about consciousness. It says it's consciousness. Unless somebody truly wants to get out of the situation they're in, unless they truly desire a change and have the consciousness of that change they want, no matter how much you try to help them, you will only go crazy because they'll never change. It's a decision. So you cannot change nobody. People have to have the desire to want to change for them to change. When they said that just brought me to a place where it's like a light bulb moment. Wow. So does that mean that those people were trying too hard to help? Like we could give them everything we got, but they still go back to square one. It's like we give them everything we got, but it's never enough. We show up for them, we care for them, we love them, we take care of them, but it's never enough. They're always ungrateful. They never see the good in what we do. They still treat us bad. They still see all kinds of trash about us. No matter how hard and how much we try to sacrifice for them, they never, ever, appreciate it or see our worth. But see, It is not your responsibility to try to change anybody. Change you. Change you. When you change, everything else around you has to change. When I heard that, it was like, wow, this is amazing. So I don't need to try to explain myself too much to people who are determined to misunderstand me. You know, there's certain people who you try to explain things to, but it's like the more you explain it, the more confusing it gets, because you even get confused. Like, you're the one who's experienced the story. You're the one who's lived the life. But you're trying to explain something to certain people who will never get it because they don't want to. They're there to steal, to kill, and destroy your joy. But if you don't recognize it, you live your life frustrated, thinking, oh my God, I'm being misunderstood. My life sucks. Why couldn't they get it? Why couldn't nobody like me? Baby, it's not anybody's responsibility to like you, but it is your responsibility to like you. I stopped trying too hard to please people, y'all. I was like, you know what? If they're going to be happy, they're going to be happy. It's not my business. But my happiness is my business. The best I can do is the best I can do. I can't do anything else. If anybody truly wants a change in their lives, they have to desire the change more than they enjoy the suffering. Y'all, I desired change in my life so much so that when I had nothing and all I was getting back were rejections, I still said, you know what? Something is going to happen. I refuse to believe that my life is going to end up with rejection after rejection. I refuse to believe that it's over for me, that my children will not have a bright future, that I'll be struggling in hell's hole. I refuse to believe this is how my story ends. But guess what, you guys? Guess what? When I made up my mind that I was going to change my life, that I refused to accept things as they were, shifted my consciousness, intentionally focused and talked about the things I wanted, everything changed. Now, certain people had to be dropped out of my life because they were not meant to be a part of my next. There are some people who are in your life right now to enable your dysfunction and keep you stuck right where you are. They're not meant to be in your next. As long as you're still like attached to them and connected to them, you won't soar. You're clipping your wings and you're an eagle. You're an eagle. You're an eagle. There is a reason why the triangle is narrow at the bottom, is wide at the bottom and narrow at the top. The Bible says, many are called, but few are chosen. Why are the few chosen? Those are the few that desire change and the consciousness of change. Like me, I desire change, y'all. I want change. I want my life to be transformed. I want all the blessings that the Bible tells me God has for me. So every day I'm renewing my mind. I want the consciousness of a multi-millionaire. I want a millionaire consciousness. I want peace. It is not my job to make anybody happy. It's their responsibility. If they don't want to be happy, that's fine. They can go be miserable, but they can't be miserable around me. Because I don't want no miserable person around me. I'm not going to try to get them out of their misery. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to choose to be happy. I'm going to choose to connect to the joy that flows like a river within me. If they have chosen to be unhappy and want to be around me talking down and saying all kinds, no, I'm going to say, nope, I don't want this spirit around me. Y'all, let me tell you something. If you're building a life and a legacy, you will not want any energy vampires around you. You're not going to condone pettiness, gossip, negativity. People who feel sorry for themselves, like, oh God, it's everybody else's fault. Y'all, even if the breaking is not your fault, the healing is still your responsibility. And as long as you keep talking about it, as long as you keep dwelling on the breaking and the things that happened to you and what it did to you, whatever, guess what? That's the energy you keep putting out there. More things will happen to you that will keep you in that downward spiral or on that hamster's wheel until you make a decision that, you know what? Talking about this thing is only keeping me in the vibration. This negative thing that happened to me, it's only causing it's only amplifying the pain and taking me back to where the breaking took place. So I don't want that. I do want to feel free. I want to be free from it. So guess what? I'm going to fill my consciousness and my mind and change my language into the language of that version of me that is living a healed life, a whole life, a happy life, a wonderful, beautiful life, that is content with being me and growing every day to be the best version of myself, not trying to please nobody or scared to change because of what they would say or not say or what they would do. Yo, what they say, not do, or whatever is none of my business. But my business is my healing. My change is my responsibility. I'm not going to expect anybody to do it for me. Y'all, anything I've ever accomplished, y'all, I made up my mind. I made that decision and I went for it. Nobody was pushing me to go for it. There is more people out there to encourage you to give up and throw in the towel than are people encouraging you to go up. Because you can't even hear the people who are encouraging you, the people who are going to fuel your growth, as long as you're dwelling in your pain, as long as you're having a party with those people who fuel your dysfunction. So you can't hear anything else but that dysfunction. But the moment you start aiming for higher, you start desiring something better, you start saying, this is not it, I want something better. I want the healing that God promised me. I want the blessing that God promised me. I want the peace that surpasses all understanding. The moment you start making that decision and change your language and start looking for that peace within you, do you know what happens? Everything else that is on like that peace, that is not the peace, has to give way. It has to give way. Your cup starts emptying out. Your cup starts emptying out and it starts getting filled with the right stuff. And you start hearing, you start being guided and actually start taking steps towards the voices of the right people that God is going to use in this season of your life to elevate you, to speak life into you. That's what I do. That's what I did. I could have stayed down and blamed everything and everyone. But see, there's no money in blame. There's no joy. I love that, that free energy, that's light energy that just causes you to soar. You feel like, man, I can conquer anything. I love feeling that way. But I can't feel that way if I allow myself to dwell on the breaking and the shame and the lies and the betrayal and the things that I've been through. And the journey that brought me to this moment. Baby, it didn't kill you. You're here for a reason. So long as you got a pulse, God's got a plan. It ain't over. And your life can shift in a moment, but you got to make that decision, y'all. It's all about the consciousness. God is not going to do for you what he can do through you. So relationship goals, it's not about my sweet man and my new relationship. You know what I mean? That I'm enjoying. I'm really like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I didn't know I needed this until it finally happened. You know what I mean? It's really about being the best version of yourself. It's really about showing up for you and taking yourself to those places you really want to go to, where you're saying, oh gosh, I need to have a man to do this. I need to have this to do this. No, do it now. Go do your thing, baby. Get used to living like that. Create what you call like hold up. What is that word? Standards. It's all about standards. Create the standard around yourself. Be about that good life. So that anything that comes into your life has to go through the filter of your standard. If it doesn't mesh, maybe it has to fall. It has to fall. It has to fall. And you're not going to feel bad. Because you're trying to get somewhere, right? You're leveling up. You're elevating your stand. You're raising your life. You want better for your life. So guess what? Anything that cannot filter through your standard, anything that won't treat you right, anything that will see you as the amazing person that God has created you to be, anything that is not like at that level that will help push you to where you're going, you just can't vibe with that thing anymore, baby. And when you try to vibe with it, it's just going to feel so wrong, y'all. It'll feel so out of place, so wrong. It's not because you're being bad or they're being bad. It's just because, baby, eagles and chickens just don't flock together. Eagles and chickens don't flock together. You can't force eagles and chickens to flock together because they're not going to the same place. You're soaring. When you're soaring, you can't be down here pecking on the ground. You're leaving the ground, baby. You're soaring to higher grounds, higher levels. There's just certain things that just, they won't cut it anymore. And that's my advice for us, y'all. Let's keep raising our standards. And it starts with how we see ourselves. It starts with how we see ourselves. It starts with not tolerating those people who come around you all day long. All they want to do is gossip. And when you want to talk about what to do to improve your business or even to start a business, they start telling you people like you can't have a business or it sucks, it's hard. Like they've never done it. They've never done it. They don't have anything to show for they don't have any kind of thing, anything to show for a successful life. Like they have never been to where you want to go. But they're the first to tell you, oh my God, it's so hard. Oh, please don't do this, because they don't see the vision that you see. And those are not the people who will fuel your dream. You need to get around people who are already doing the things that you want to do. Listen to those people because they're there. They know what it takes to get there. But people who don't got nothing, you see, empty drums make the loudest noise. Empty drums make the loudest noise. And that's one thing I've noticed. Especially those people who call themselves Christians, like born again Christians like this, like people who are really suffering. You know that they are poor, like really poor. They look dull, but they have the strongest opinions. Like your opinion doesn't even pay your bill. You struggle every day. Like your life sucks. You don't look bright. There's nothing about your energy that I want to be around. You know what I mean? But see, we allow ourselves to listen to those people because they can recite the Bible. See, they can recite the Bible from front to back, but their lives don't show no fruits. They don't. They're not impacting no lives. They only have a lot of opinions, but no results in their lives. You can't learn nothing from them. They have relationships, but they're not happy. They're not. The only time they have sex with their spouses is when they turn the light off. And that might only happen like once a year. Maybe on New Year's Day or, I don't know, what am I even saying? But what I'm saying is, what people think about you is none of your business. How other people live their lives is none of your business. You decide how you're going to live your life and start going for what it is that you want to go for. Let your light shine, baby. Don't be afraid to soar. You are an eagle. You have the very DNA of an eagle. And I'm saying this to myself too. Don't be afraid to soar because you're afraid of what they're going to say about you. Baby, if you fall, God is going to lift you up and something better is always going to come out of your fall. It's happened to me so many times. I was holding on to different little contracts that I was doing for different companies. And then, you have people who will disrespect you and say all kinds of things. If you don't show up, I'm just going to remove you. And I hate that so much. Like, you can't, because I'm a boss. And I hate those threats. They use those threats to keep people in fear. But see, I allowed my mindset to be like a chicken's mindset, holding on to something that I should have let go of a long time ago, until I spoke to one of my mentors at church, Apostle Ramon Preston. I was like, Apostle, this is what's going on. My business, it has the potential and I've seen some growth, but this little one that I'm doing is this is like honest money where you can expect it at the time, but with my business, you got to go for it. You got to work to eat. He said, as long as you're holding on to that safety net, baby, your business is not going to soar and you're going to be average performer. You're always going to live in the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Baby, it was scary, but I had to let go of what was comfortable, what was like a crutch, and go all in. I said, okay, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go all in. So if I don't make a sale, I don't eat. But baby, I must eat. Do you know what happened? With fear and trembling, I went all in. Baby, my business is like gold status. It's like, poof, it's shooting up. It is God. That's what happens when you step in with faith. When you refuse to allow what is familiar to keep you stuck. In order to get the kind of results that you've never had in your life, you got to do what you've never done before. You can't keep doing the same old thing and expect a different results. That's not how it works. You're going to get the same old result. If your life is going in a certain direction and you keep doing the same thing, your future is exactly as your present. And me, I don't want my future to look anything like my present. I want my future to be better. So that means we got to keep moving, baby. We got to keep going higher. We got to keep pushing. Thinking higher. Take the lid off. Take the lid off. Because eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. Neither has anybody conceived of what God has in store for us because we're his children. But we stand in the way. The Bible says, my people have limited the hand of the Holy One of Israel. How are we limiting the hand of the Holy One of Israel? When we think too much about what people would say about us and we shrink. Instead of going wholeheartedly towards the direction of our goals and our dreams, we shrink into comfort. We shrink into familiarity. Because we're scared of what they would say. Oh gosh, what if they hate me? What, like, really? Everybody that I've read about thus far who has made some type of amazing breakthrough in their lives have been people who decided to go against the crowd. In spite of the fear, they still moved anyways. They took that step. When everybody else was shrinking into safety, they moved. They moved into unfamiliar territory, baby, with fear and trembling. They moved in the direction of their dreams. So are we going to move in the direction of our dreams? So are we going to feel like somebody has to come and rescue us? Nobody's coming to rescue us. The Savior we're waiting for is within us. And in order for us to set that beast on fire and move you all, I'm not talking about beast that takes you to hell. I'm talking about that undying, crazy soldier within you that pushes you forward and says, nope, you ain't quitting. You're going in. You're going all in. Fear and all. If you fall, I'll catch you. But we're not staying here. And that's why I'm living my life every day, y'all. And I know about multi-millionaires and billionaires who we don't even hear about. We don't see on social media. We don't. But these are people killing the game. It's not about the number of your social media followers. It's not none of that. Help can come in any way. Blessings and breakthroughs and opportunities can come in anyway. There are 8 billion people on this planet. We don't even know, who amongst you guys know 1,000 people personally? Perhaps none. But we allow those little people in our heads to keep us stuck. We can't do that anymore, y'all. So for the past 25 days I've been here encouraging us to take that step, encouraging us to look within, like the change we want. It doesn't come from outside. We have to go within and plant a different seed. And the most powerful seed we can ever plant is the seed of our thoughts. What do we think about all day long? Pastor Kim says, whatever you think about all day long is what you become. Including if you think about the haters, guess what, baby? You become the hater. You hate on yourself. But maybe we're going to wake up. Because this is our day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Hey Joe, how are you? Welcome to Maryam's Joyful Life. Exactly. Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. We got to do something different. You got to get up. For those of you who are waiting to date a sexy man, you want, oh yeah, I want a man too who love me and do this. Baby, you got it. Do you have a dating profile? No. Do you even dress up and clean up and go out to where these single men are? No. Like, what are you expecting? Somebody who delivers your DoorDash suddenly find you attractive and say, oh my God, let's get married. Even if that happens, you will be creeped out. You may even call the cops and say, I don't know, I think I got a stalker. But see, we want something, but we won't prepare ourselves for it. God is not a fool. God is not a fool. That's one thing I noticed. You got to get ready. You got to prepare for what you've asked for. Prepare. Prepare for what you've asked for. Prepare. Be the kind of person who gets what you ask for. Exchange that version of you that feels small and feels unworthy for the version of you that's already enjoying an amazing life. That's it. So don't get stuck, y'all. I've had a lot of haters, but I keep moving towards my goal in spite of that. Because nobody has the power to stop you but you. Nobody has the power to stop you but you. So are you going to stop yourself from being used by God as an instrument of change? Or are you going to say, God, I'm afraid, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyways. I know you guide my steps. I'm not going to listen to these people who have given up on life, who feel like life sucks, and let my dreams die with me. I'm just going to hold on to you and ask you to guide me. Because I know you won't give me a dream that you haven't given me the power to bring to pass. So I'm encouraging us today, y'all. I'm telling you, because I'm moving higher. I'm moving higher, and I want to keep moving higher. And I want to break through into the $1 million mark in my business and in my personal finances. I don't want to be stuck. No. Be the multi-millionaire, because the women now that I'm listening to, the people I'm following, the mentors, they're all killing it. The reason why I'm investing in myself and following them and listening to them, actually, every time I've executed anything they've told me and I've seen results, I want to keep doing it because I want to beat my personal best every time. No, I don't want to suck. I don't want my life to suck. I have kids. I want them to know if mama can do it, they can do it too. I don't want to limit my mind and by so doing limit my children. Y'all, I'm breaking generational curses. I'm the first multi-millionaire in my family. Buying houses, investing, and doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I have goals. But I know those goals are not going to bring themselves to life. I have to give life to my goals. There are certain things I have to do to bring it to pass. But it's not going to happen by me feeling sorry for myself or listening to people who ain't got nothing, who have the loudest mouth and voices, but they've got nothing. No fruits, nothing. They just like to talk. That's all they got. But they are completely useless to me because they don't have the results that I want. So why would I allow people who have not constructed anything to give me give me constructive criticism? It's like you're listening to people who have not constructed nothing, and no wonder we're not producing any results. When we feel like our lives suck and we feel so stressed out. Because we're surrounded by people who are not doing anything valuable, who just carry the energy of stress and foolishness around. They don't inspire us to be the best version of ourselves. They don't inspire us to create nothing. You know what I mean? They're just only there to pull us back and get us afraid and feel like, oh my gosh, the light board is coming to an end and blah, blah, blah. It's like the world has been coming to an end forever. That doesn't pay your bills. You still need to work to pay your bills. But you want to leave. Do we want to live our lives scared of what people might say? Or do we want to live our lives happy that, man, I'm glad I took a chance. I'm glad I went all in. You know what I mean? Living our lives, giving our all to whatever vision or dream God has placed on our hearts. So that even if we fail, y'all, every time I failed at anything I've jumped into, something better has always come out of it. That goal, see, I'm not going to lie to you. Perhaps that dream that you have in your heart that you're so scared of taking step towards, that might be the seed that leads to the thing that you're supposed to be doing. But see, you're not going to find out until you take that step. If it doesn't scare you, if the dream doesn't scare you, it's not worthy of you. It's not big enough. It's not a worthwhile goal. It's got to scare you. That's when you know you're alive. Okay? So you know what? If it scares you, it means there is a bigger version of you that is within you that's about to be awakened to conquer that ish. But you're not going to conquer it if you keep allowing yourself to stay afraid. You're not. And that's the truth. Yo, let me just tell you, end on a cool note, because I didn't intend to spend this long, y'all. I've been here for like 38 minutes. I thought that I was going to be here for 15 minutes because I was feeling so tired earlier. I was like, do I do this? Do I not do this? See? When you do the thing gives you the power to do the thing. When I first started this live today, I didn't even want to go live, but I was like, you know what? I have 5 days, so let me push it. I need to go live. I should have gone in the morning, but I was busy with other things, so I'm showing up now. And see, do the thing, and the thing will give you power to do the thing. As a result of doing the thing, I received the power to do the thing. And now I want to tell you guys something amazing that happened yesterday. So yesterday, like I have clients, y'all, because I run a business. Yo, by the way, Maryamsjoyfullife.tours.com, that is my travel business. I am a full service travel agent, okay? I own the franchise. I purchased the franchise, y'all, 8 months ago. So, super grateful. I'm a gold member. My goal is diamond status, yo, diamond, okay? I am one status away from diamond, which means there is a status between me and diamond, and that is what? Platinum. I want to skip platinum and get to diamond. And to hit diamond, I have to hit $1.3 million. in revenue. So I'm almost there. All right, I'm almost there. I think I'm at like $600,000. So I'm gonna be like around $700,000 away. But I know by the grace of God I will hit it. I know I will hit it. Anyways, you guys, so make sure you're checking out Maryam Joyful Life on tours for all of your travel business, all of your travel, needs, from flights to hotels to rental cars, transportation, day trips, shore excursions, tours around the world, whatever you want to do, I got you guys covered, and I have amazing deals too. Headquarters funded deals that we put a lot of money into, and it's amazing. So make sure you're checking me out, all right? MaryamJoyfulLifeOnTours.com. So you guys, and I also offer one-on-one sessions too. You know what I mean? To those people who want to build their business, or you want to talk about YouTube or whatever, just one-on-one sessions I do. So 30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever, I do all of those things. Information in the description box below on YouTube. And Instagram, go to YouTube, you find the information. But anyways, yesterday I was dreading it. I had some clients call me, and apparently there were some mistakes on their flights. Now, I didn't book their flights. They went in and did it themselves. Usually when I take care of my clients, I always make sure that all the information is complete because I'm very thorough and pay attention to details. You got to, because you lose money. You know what I mean? If you don't, and if it's your fault, you got to pay out of pocket. So I'm like very meticulous and I pay attention to details. I love this business. I'm excited. It's like a game for me. It's so amazing. Anyways, they booked it and there was a mistake in the names, and this lady emailed me and I was like, oh gosh, because anytime it has to do with flights, it can be like, it can be tricky. You know what I mean? It can be tricky. And then I had another one. It was like everybody who was calling me or emailing me was about flights. Yo, I was dreading it because I didn't even know how long I was going to be on the phone talking to my suppliers to make changes. I was like, okay, let's do this thing. So I was kind of posting it. This happened. They contacted me on when was that? On Friday. And then on Friday I had to go hoop. You know, we had this coaches hooping session where we had to go play basketball. You know what I mean? It was so much fun. I went out there and I played. We won a game and lost one game, and I had the best time, right? But that thought was still at the back of my mind. I knew that had to be done. And I didn't want to wait till Monday to do it, because the longer you stay in correcting any mistakes with flights, the harder it gets. So I was like, you know what? I'm dreading this, but I'm going to do it anyways. You know what I did? I just got on the phone and I called my suppliers and I told them what I needed. We're walking through it. Yo, while I was doing it, I was like, okay, this feels good. Why was I dreading this? In the midst of it, I started getting like the excitement, because before I was dreading it, but then when I'm making the call, going after it, I think it's raining, it's blasting outside. Anyways, guess what? I was on the phone with them and we completed the changes I needed to make. Everything went smoothly. After the whole thing, I contacted my client to let her know, you know what, we did this, everything is good. She was like, whoa, this is awesome, thank you. And guess what happened, y'all? A few minutes later, this lady sent me a tip. She did. She sent me a big tip. I was like, what? I wasn't even expecting this. But see, I went into it dreading the work, because sometimes it can be like, you know what I mean? It can be challenging. But because I don't give up, I follow through with it, get through to make sure everything is done. I was not expecting something else that was, for every action there is a reaction. In order for you to see what you've never seen before, you have to be courageous enough to take step towards something that scares you. If you do it, even if you don't get the result you're expecting, you get something better every single time. Not only were my issues resolved, I got money I was not even thinking about. Just straight into my account. What am I saying? There is a blessing attached to that thing that dreads the heck out of you. If you don't take that step towards it, do the thing and the thing will give you strength to do the thing. If you don't do the thing, baby, you will never know what blessings are awaiting you on the other side. So with today's live broadcast, I want to encourage some of y'all sleeping on yourselves. You know you need to start that LLC, but you're too scared. You feel like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. Like, don't be scared. You're catching the vibration of other people, of most people. Rise above the flocks, people. Do it. Do it. Just do it. If it doesn't scare you, it's not worthy of you. If it doesn't scare you, it's not worthy of you. It shouldn't be easy. You don't build muscles by just coasting your way through the gym. It takes pain. It takes dedication and perseverance, baby. But when you start pushing that thing, baby, you build rhythm. You build rhythm. And guess what else you build? Stamina. You get your body in that position where you know, okay, we got to take action. And we're going to put our body in that mode of action. And we ain't stopping until it's done. And guess what happens? As you begin to do it, even the results that you're expecting, if something fails along the way, it's not going to fail because you didn't try. It's going to fail because it wasn't the thing that was meant to work out. As a result of that failure, something else, there's going to be like a divine interruption that brings something else about that would never have come about had you not taken action in the first place. So what am I saying? Do the thing, and the thing will give you power to do what? To do the thing. God will not help you as long as you're sitting on your butt. My life has changed so much. Not because I was over there sitting around praying and fasting all the time. Y'all, I can do those things, but it didn't change. Action. I took action in the direction of what I wanted. I prayed and I acted. I prayed and I acted. The Bible says faith without works is useless. You can have faith all day long, but nothing will happen until you act. Nothing will happen until you act. You got to get off your butts and act. That man is not going to come knocking on your door until you get up and go to where you can find a single man or a woman. Until you create your profile online. Everybody meets online these days. Online businesses are booming. My travel agency is online. I mean, I can meet up with people from home remotely. I can meet up with people in person or they call me on the phone. You know what I mean? And I'm crushing it. I don't have a storefront. It's a remote travel agency. Although we have a headquarters, you know what I mean? But my franchise is run from home. So when people call me in my home office and we're able to schedule and get things done. Don't be afraid to set up your online profile. Know what it is you want. Set your heart on what it is you want. Don't be scared. You're not going to attract creeps. If you're not a creep, you will not attract a creep. You will not, and you will know. You're not desperate for nothing. You're somebody who's capable, who's strong, who's powerful. You know what I mean? So you can smell a rat from afar. But you can't allow yourself be so afraid that you don't even give yourself a chance. Give yourself that chance, all right? Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching today. You guys are awesome and amazing. In fact, today's episode should cover the next 5 days, y'all. I'm telling you, there was a lot of golden nuggets poured on you guys. Take that, take that, take that, take that, take that. Anyways, you guys, thank you all for being here today. Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. When you do what you're called to do, you will get unexpected results. I appreciate all your kind words. You're awesome and amazing. You guys are wonderful. I just want to say thank you for joining today. Today's awesome. Today's awesome. I feel so great. Y'all, I'm about to go jump rope now, but it's raining outside. I usually jump rope outside. I don't know why I'm going to jump rope now, because it's blasting rain outside, y'all. I don't even have any tall ceilings. I think in the dining area, the ceilings might be a little bit tall so that I can jump rope. But anyways, you guys, thank you all for watching today. Make sure you're checking out MaryamsJoyfullife.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, YouTube at Maryam's Joyful Life, at Maryam's Joyful Life blog, and at The Real Maryam Shumate. I have 3 channels, and all of them are monetized, baby. So I'm posting blogs and everything. Make sure you're subscribed, you're following, and also tune in, y'all. You better click on the notification button on YouTube and Instagram. Keep your ears and your notifications turned on, because when I go live, you'll be the first to be notified, so we can do this darn thing, right? Right? Life is beautiful when you know that you got a power every moment to shift your life. It's not in anybody's hands, but it's in your hands. And God's not going to do for us what He can do through us. And today we're taking responsibility. We're not going to allow victim-mindedness to keep us stuck and make us feel like, oh my God, it's over because we don't have nobody. No! One with God is a majority. You hear me? One with God is a majority. Wherever you are, God can send you help from anywhere. He can whisper your name in the ears of somebody who's sleeping, who's got exactly what you want. Show them a vision of you. Guide your steps until they find you. And then they'll come to you, and you see suddenly miracles will start taking place. That is because you refuse to quit. You refuse to give up. You refuse to listen to the naysayers. Stop giving your power away. All right, you guys. I love you all so much. So much. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. All right, let me go now. Bye. Wonderful, amazing, sweet, and lovely people. Have the most amazing week. Be blessed. You know, kill it. Kill it this week and take action. All right. All right. Bye bye. Bye, Instagram. Bye, YouTube. See you guys later. Bye. Make sure you like the videos if you like what was said today. All right. Like the video. And I do take tips too. It's all in the description box below. All right. See you guys tomorrow.